Greetings and welcome to week 12 of COMM 110. With this week, week 12, we mark not only the completion and submission of your second major speech, the visual aid speech, but also about the 3/4 mark of the semester. After this week, we are about 3/4 of the way finished with the semester for the course. So the main thing that you're doing this week is delivering and submitting your visual aid speeches. I want to encourage and in fact urge everyone to use the preparation checklists as you are going through the final few steps of preparation before you actually deliver the speech this week. If you are able to check off everything that is on that checklist, you should be in pretty good shape as far as having everything in the speech and part of the speech that you need to have in terms of the paperwork as well as in terms of the delivery. If you have any questions about anything on the checklist, let me know, or about anything that should be part of the speech or part of the preparation paperwork that you submit. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about that I noticed in quite a few of the speeches for the informative speeches, your first major speech. One of them is that you should take extra care to make sure that your content outline is in proper outline format. Follow the example that's in the text. I don't remember the exact page number right off the top of my head, but it's listed in the assignment guidelines for the major speeches. Follow that example guideline or that example outline and make sure that you're using outline format the right way. Starting with Roman numerals, the next level of the outline being capital letters, the next level indented under that being regular Arabic numerals, and then if you happen to go another level below that, that's where it would be, I believe, lowercase Roman numerals. In addition, the outline should be in full sentence format, meaning that every level of the outline, the information should be written out in a complete sentence. What you should not be doing, though, is using the outline as your text that you read from as you're delivering the speech. These speeches, as you hopefully are aware, should be extemporaneous in nature. You should be using extemporaneous delivery when you are delivering your speeches in this class, which means that you do not read from a prepared text. And some of you lost a lot of points for doing that on the informative speeches. Extemporaneous delivery is where you have speaking notes that are separate from the outline and which are in the form of just keywords and phrases. Whereas your content outline should be a full sentence outline, your speaking notes, that is what you actually have in front of you as you're speaking, that you're referring to, should not have full sentences. It should have only individual words, and in some cases phrases, and in a couple of cases, a couple of parts of the speech, it's okay to have a full sentence or the full thing written out. The tension getter, transition statements, if you want to write those out in their entirety, you can. But everything else in your speaking notes should be in the form of just single words, individual words, and short phrases. The other exception to that is if you're citing a direct quote from a research source in your speech. That, of course, you would have fully written out so that you get the wording exactly right. So make sure that you're getting your outline form, in your outlines in the proper form. And then in terms of the video files themselves, you should primarily be delivering your speeches not to the video camera, not to the web camera. You should primarily be delivering the speeches to the live audience that you have there with you, your 3 or more people that you have gathered to hear your speech. You should be delivering the speech to them. That's the purpose of public speaking. That's the purpose of having a live audience. So deliver the speech to your live audience, and then secondarily to the web camera. One thing that you can do is, if you're able to, set up the webcam so that it is out amongst the audience, and it's almost like another audience member. And as you're making eye contact, you can make eye contact with the audience members, and then in addition, sporadically with the web camera as well. But you should be primarily delivering the speech to the live audience that you have there with you, in the same room as you. And then the framing on the video camera, a lot of you framed your speeches sort of about how I'm framed now, from the mid-torso up. And if you were modeling that after my intro videos, that might be in part my fault for having given that example. But for the major speeches, you should be framing yourself with the video camera so that you can be seen from at least the waist up. And as much of the body as possible, actually, so that I am able to see and to evaluate your bodily posture better, and your gestures that you're doing. If the webcam is framed so that you only can be seen from here up, it's not very easy for me to evaluate those sorts of physical aspects of your delivery. So deliver the speech to the audience, the live audience that you have there with you, and frame yourself in the web camera so that you can be seen from at least the waist up, and maybe even from the knees up, or from your whole body even, if possible. So the delivery and submission of the speech, submitting the paperwork to the Dropbox and the video file to the doc sharing area are the main things you're doing this week. Of course, just as you did for the first major speech, you will also be doing a self-evaluation, and you will also be doing peer reviews after you've submitted your speeches. One slight change this week, or this time, is that you are going to be doing 4 peer reviews rather than just 3. We have a total of 10 peer reviews over the course of the semester, over the course of all 3 major speeches. 3 for the informative speech, 4 for the visual aid speech, and then 3 again for the persuasive speech, for a total of 10 peer reviews by the end of the semester. One last note that I forgot to add in a little bit ago, which is that you should be using separate speaking notes that are separate and distinct from your content outline, and you should also be submitting to me those speaking notes. If you need to scan them in, if you're using note cards that are handwritten note cards, scan those in and send them to me as files. And many of you, maybe even most of you, did do that for the informative speech. But if you did not, a reminder that you do need to submit the speaking notes as well. And then this time, of course, if you're using PowerPoint, you need to submit the PowerPoint file as well, for those of you that are using PowerPoint. So the visual aid speech, the paperwork, and the video file, you'll submit by midweek. After that, the self-evaluation and the peer reviews. So let me know if you have any questions about any stage of that process of what we're doing this week, and I look forward to seeing your visual aid speeches.